Namaskara, welcome back to the Moodle session. In this session, we will see how to manage communication in Moodle. In the previous session, we had seen how to add quiz activity into a Moodle course. Quiz activity is having two steps. That is, first we will be creating the questions, then adding the quiz activity into the Moodle course. Even after creating the quiz activity, we can create the questions and add to the quiz. Now, in this session, we will see the various modes of communication available in a Moodle course. As you have come across about the communication in the previous sessions of this course, ability to communicate effectively is very important for various reasons. It has an impact on overall outcome and needs of the communication skills, instructional strategies for communication, various things related to communication you have come across. In that session, it is mentioned that various technology can be used and it can provide a supportive environment. In this context, we shall see how Moodle can help us in communicating with the students. Modes of communication available in Moodle are mail messages, chat messages, forum messages, etc. We have already seen how we can create forum. That forum can be used in various methods to communicate among the students, with the students in various modes we have come across. There is one more option in Moodle where by default it will not be enabled. It is called experimental setting, enable communication providers. If we enable that, then the plugins available in the Moodle will be available for the teacher to use it. Two among the many are matrix and custom link. These two are plugin modules which will be available, but by default it will not be enabled in the Moodle setting. So admin has to enable that, then only teacher will get that option to add into their course. The communication method, that is matrix, it creates a room accessible from a Moodle course and with related to user management. It is not very difficult, but we need to have one login to be created in that particular site, and then only we can set up that in the Moodle course. We will not get in detail into this, but just to mention, this option is also available, but by default it will not be available to the teachers. Custom link is you can add an URL into your Moodle course. For example, I will create a meeting link in Google, and that URL you can make it available in the Moodle course page, so that when the student logs in, they will get to know that through that link you can get into the Google Meet and have online discussion or whatever the purpose it is created for. Now I will just take you to the course where this kind of setting can be made, that is under site administration. Please remember, we need to be logged in as admin, then we can go to this site administration, click on this development, and we see this experimental settings. If we go here, as I mentioned, enable communication providers, by default it will be no, so we have to set this as and save changes. Then coming to this plugins, we see that manage communication providers. As I mentioned, it will be added to the Moodle package in the standard Moodle package, but we need to enable it. If we go to this matrix, there is a settings. When we go here to the settings, it will ask for the link, that is the registration which we would have had in that particular site, and add it here. This is the settings page to set up the matrix module in the Moodle for communication purpose. Another plugin which I had mentioned was custom link. If we have this one, this is also not available in the Moodle package by default. Under development we had set this as, so it will be available when we go to course. Then in that course we can use this particular feature and add Google Meeting link over here. Come back to this, another activity, that is choice, which is used for communication purpose. It will help us to ask a question and set up radio buttons where students will select among the responses required for. Then it can be enabled for the purpose of having a kind of feedback, or to gauge the progress, or to vote on the direction of the course we are conducting the classes online. Many students may not like having the classes conducted online. They would like to have one face-to-face session. So whether this particular mode of teaching is really helpful or they want a change, that kind of questions can be posted using this choice activity, and we can get the response immediately. Another activity called feedback, it enables the teacher to create a custom survey for collecting the feedback from the participants. Here we can create the questions there itself, unlike in the quiz where we can create a question bank and add to the questions to the quiz. Here we have to create the question on the spot, that is inside the feedback activity only. It is ideal for course or teacher evaluations. Now we will see how we can add this choice activity. That is, as usual, we have to be in the edit mode and click on add an activity or resource. Here we have the option choice. When we click on that, we get the option to enter the details. Here I am trying to create one choice activity where students have to select a project. I will give the list of the projects that can be taken up, or group the students and then they have to select the project that they are going to do. For that option, I will give here project A, project B, like this, and whether they can change the setting or not, their choice or not, it can be enabled over here. And whether students can choose more than one choice, that can be selected over here. Limit the number of responses, this one yes you give, and only, as I mentioned, I want in one project only 3 students should be there. So if 3 students select this particular choice, then this choice will not be available for other students to choose upon. Okay, then you click save and return to the course. This is how it is created, and when we get into this, if you are enrolled, then only you can use this particular activity. Now I will show you how feedback activity will be enabled. If we click on this feedback, I will give the name course evaluation. Then if we go to this, save and return, like quiz activity, here also it says edit questions. We don't have any question, so it will ask add question. When we click on that, we get the drop down. What are the types of the questions you can create? Click on multiple choice. Okay. Some options, click save changes. So we can edit this question or delete this question. That is clicking on this actions, we can export this or import from other and save as a template. Various options are available. Okay. Okay, this is the preview of the feedback. You can get the feedback on any particular item you are thinking about. Select this activity, enable this for the students and get the evaluation done for you. Okay, so if you are using this particular feature for the first time, this guide will help you what particular activity, that is choice or feedback, is going to do and what cognitive process it is going to achieve. You can see over here, as you can see, out of 6, 5 cognitive process can be achieved. It requires to be creative in your usage. Okay, and feedback, it allows to test the 6 levels of being creative. You have to be creative in creating this particular activity. Choice is very easy, but feedback may be easy. If you have the questions already in your mind, just create that. Like quiz, it will have 2 steps. So first create the activity, then add the questions into your feedback activity. In your previous session, you had come across about the instructional components. In that, I would like to mention that e-portfolio, learning journals, reflection journals you would have come across. Here Moodle will help you to add this activity according to the needs of the course. This journal module allows teachers to collect online text from the students and review it and provide feedback including grades. Here I am not going to mention anything about journal in particular, but in Moodle this journal activity will be enabled, but it is not available as a standard feature. Admin has to download it as a plugin and install it on the Moodle and enable it for the teacher to access it. In that journal we have reflection journal, which can be implemented by using a plugin called Scratchpad plugin. Another instructional component was e-portfolio. This portfolio in Moodle, it is very easy for student to export their work to an external portfolio if you enable it in your Moodle. It is by default disabled. It is not an add-on module. It is not just enabled. Site admin can enable it, and portfolio, if enabled, it can include forum post and other exportable data to an export portfolio icon available, and you can export them. The items which can be exported to portfolio are assignment submissions, chat submissions, database activity, and forum post glossary entries. The format which it gives are HTML, LEAP2A, images, text, file. When you are exporting it, then these are the formats it will tell whether you want to download it in this particular format or not. I will just show you here under site administration. Here under site administration we have advanced features. When we click on that, we get this portfolios, enable portfolio. If we select this and say save changes, then the activities which can be exported to portfolio, against that an icon will be available and students can export that to their portfolio. Okay, we will stop here and see in the next session how to manage a Moodle course. Thank you. Happy Moodling, happy learning.